Good evening and welcome to Upper St. Clair Gymnasium here tonight. We have the Norwin Knights taking on our Upper St. Clair Panthers. The buzzer just sounded to get both teams off of the court, and they'll go to their benches and start the introductions. Just to set the table a little bit for you, my name is Hank Cheska. I'll be working alone tonight. We have a microphone and camera that only has one mic, so I get to do solo tonight. So Hank Brown, I hope you're enjoying your night off. The Norwin Knights come into this game with an overall record of 13-2, 6-1 in the conference. One of their losses came to St. Clair in the finals of the Henry Fury tournament in Gateway back in December. Other than that, they had a pretty good season, 6-1 in the conference. As I look to their the teams they've played, really no common opponents other than having faced each other back in December. St. Clair won by 9 in that game, 54-45. So I think Norwin will be up for a little bit of retribution, a little bit of revenge tonight. It's taking a while. I'm not sure what's holding up the introductions, but as soon as we get ready for the intros, I'll turn it over and we'll just watch those. St. Clair comes into the game with an overall record of 10-4, 4-3 in the conference. This is a non-conference game, by the way. A couple of losses in the past week for St. Clair, an upset by Peters Township, and then a tough home loss last Friday. Let's listen to the PA man here. That was Matt DiDonato, number 14. He's a senior.
A junior, number 21,
Jason Jasko, I like that name already. He's a junior, number 21. Another senior, Jordan McCauley. Looks like he's the starting point guard for the team. Michael Shanahan, a sophomore, 6'3". And there's always one tough name for me, Mark Wolfslegel, number 12, rounds out the starting lineup for Norwin. A pretty small crowd here tonight. I guess they spent all their emotion on last Friday's Mount Lebanon game and then Sunday's Steeler victory. Pat McShane in the starting lineup for us tonight, 5'11" junior guard. You'll see him running the offense for the St. Clair Panthers. Mindress, our leading scorer, number 15.
Number 4, junior, Dave McLean.
Dave McLean, a junior, plays the other guard position.
Number 23, junior, Dane Conrad.
Dane had a great first half against Mount Lebanon on Friday. Really handled Devlin very nicely. And rounding out the starting lineup for the Panthers tonight, Mike Cartier. Christian Shea still nursing a knee injury that he suffered in the Cannon-McMillan game.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would please stand.
So let's stand for the national anthem, and we'll be back with you right after the anthem is played. Thanks. Okay, as I was saying before we went to the introductions, a small crowd here tonight. Part of that could be their emotion was spent from that very, very exciting Mount Lebanon game last Friday that the Panthers finally wound up losing by a couple of buckets. We also have the girls basketball, girls varsity and JV are playing tonight right around the corner, right down the hall, actually. So I assume there's some fans there. And boys hockey is actually playing tonight. And there's also a school board meeting in the LGI. So we've got there's a lot of entertainment options for the St. Clair fans tonight. Again, back in December, St. Clair beat this Norwin team 54-45. That was actually Norwin's first loss of the season. One of 3 teams that St. Clair has knocked out of the unbeaten ranks. Norwin controls the tap. Number 3, Jordan McCauley brings it across the half-court line, picked up by McShane. Working it around the perimeter, back over to Jordan. Entry pass, down low. Very nice basket. That was number 15, Michael Shanahan, working inside on Mindress. McShane tries to penetrate, pulls it back out. Calls number 1, Cartier on the wing. Over to McLean. Over to Mindress. McLean will look to take the three-pointer whenever he's open. Over to Cartier. St. Clair content to work the ball around the perimeter, feeling out that Norwin defense here in the early going. Mindbrush looks to drive, gets a step on his man all the way to the basket. 2 points. Steve gets that half step, and he's deadly. He can beat his man off the dribble. I think sometimes they don't expect that 6'4" forward to be quite that quick off the with his first step. Jumper from the free throw line by number 21, Jason Jasko. Makes the score 4-2, 6:49 on the clock as McShane comes across half court. Mindbrush and Conwell looking to set a double screen for McShane. McShane works through the screen, gets to the rim, gets to the basket, can't get it to fall. Rebound Norwin. Norwin from the top of the circle. Conwell with a nice rebound. Brings it down himself. He'll kick it back out to Cartier. Over to McShane to set up the offense. Pat dribbles right in the corner to McLean. Back over to Cartier. Conwell gets half step. And he went up with the right hand off the dribble drive. Very nice shot by Dane Conwell. Makes the score 4-4 as the clock winds to 6 minutes in the first quarter. Norwin brings the ball across court. That was Shanahan bringing it up. Shanahan lining up as a forward, but he was bringing the ball up court this time. Oh, through the legs of number 21, Jason Jasko, and that'll be a backcourt violation. You can't cross the timeline once you've come across. It'll be St. Clair side out. Cartier will inbounds it to McShane. McShane picked up by Jasko. In the corner, McLean down low to Mindbrush. Mindbrush gets a half step, goes up strong with the left hand, hits the backboard, no basket. Norwin brings the ball down court. 3-point attempt by number 3, Jordan McCauley. First 3-point attempt by the night. Very nice stroke by McCauley. McShane tries to penetrate on the dribble, kicks it back out to Conwell. Conwell tries to drive, decides against it. Mindbrush trying to set something up. Looks like he has some thoughts about going one-on-one against Shanahan. Conwell sets a pick for McShane. McShane gets a step. Mindbrush, Nike fake, goes up strong. Very nice play by Steve Mindbrush. He gave it the pump fake, got his man up in the air, dribbled around him, and then when another player came over to pick up on the weak side, drew the foul. He'll go to the line for the 3-point play. That's Steve's second basket of the night. Foul shot rims out. Makes the score 7-6 Norwin. Jasko ball, but Norwin maintains control. McCauley over to Jasko. Jasko trying to take Cartier inside. 3-pointer from the corner by DiDonato. Shot is long. McShane cleans it up. Over to Cartier. Cartier takes the jumper from the top of the key. From the foul line. Very nice shot by Mike Cartier. That's his first basket of the evening. Panthers take their first lead, 8-7. 4:22 to go in the first quarter. Norwin working it around the perimeter. Decides to take a 3. Conwell came out on him. Shot rims out. McShane cleans up the mess. Kicks it over to Conwell at the foul line. Oh, nice stroke by Dane, but ball just wouldn't drop. Norwin quickly counterattacks. Jasko looks to drive. Got a half step, but there was a foul on the floor. I think Cartier or McShane got him on the floor as he was making the drive. Let's see. That was on Cartier. It'll be Norwin back. Norwin will be putting the ball in under the basket. Anderson checks in for Conwell. Nothing working underneath, so they just kicked it back to the top of the key. Entry pass to Wolfslegel. Cartier ties him up. Possession arrow in favor of St. Clair. Nice defensive play by Mr. Cartier. Carter, as he's known. McShane bringing the ball up court. Not seeing any pressure till he crosses half court. On the wing, over to Cartier. Cartier in the corner, McLean. McLean dumps it down into Mindbrush. Mindbrush works inside. Got his man up in the air. Weak side help, came over to help out. Fouled in the act of shooting. Mindbrush will go to the free throw line.
Slale.
He's 0 for 1 so far tonight. Let's see if he can improve upon that. 8-7 Panthers, 3:32 to go. First one, nothing but the bottom of the net. Nice stroke. Nice touch by Mindbrush. 9-7 extends the Panther lead. Second one, up and good. 10-7. Here come the Knights. Once again, Shanahan bringing the ball up court, even though he doesn't appear to be lining up as a point guard. They like to let him bring the ball up. And he goes one on, he takes Mindbrush inside. Quick bucket for Shanahan. That's his first basket of the night. Actually, that's his second basket of the night. McShane, a little pressure on the wing. Maintains the ball, double pick out, double screen up front by Anderson and Mindbrush. Cartier tries to go baseline, but he was cut off by the Norwin defender. That was DiDonato on defense, and Cartier dribbled it off his foot. Poloshenko's coming in for Cartier. He's getting some instruction from Coach Holzer. A little bit of water, trying to explain what happened on that play. Again, here comes Shanahan bringing the ball across midcourt. They try to work it inside to Shanahan, but a deflection by Mindbrush. Nice defense. Norwin ball under the basket. That'll be McCauley putting it in. Gets it into Shanahan. Shanahan seems to be the player they try to go to. He's their go-to guy, at least here so far in the early going. DiDonato is tied up. Jasko. McLean with a deflection is still. They had some numbers. Kicks it back out to Mindbrush in the corner. Anderson for the three on the wing. Nothing but the bottom of the net. When Adams open, he will take the three. He pops out as the power forward, and he will take the three if it's open. Makes the score 13-9. Panthers with a 4-point lead. 2:16 going. Ball kicked inside. Quickly back out. Rebound knocked around. I think McShane knocked it out of bounds, trying to clean that loose ball up. There'll be Norwin ball on the side. Jordan McCauley will be putting it in. 44, Tyler Urban just checked in as well. Shanahan takes a three. Back rim. Anderson falls, can't get it. There's a scramble for the ball. Norwin with some nice hustle picks it up. Mindbrush, Johnny on the spot, pulls it out of the Knights' hands. Around the perimeter, McShane dribbles. Back out to Anderson. Anderson goes baseline, goes up strong. You know Adam will go up strong when he's underneath the basket. He draws the foul. Be his first trip to the line.
His first.
Anderson going to the line. Panthers with a 4-point lead. Anderson looking to extend it. First shot, up and good. I hate to say it, but the Panthers are 3 for 4 from the line tonight. 75% is a nice percentage if you can maintain that through the course of the game. Second shot. Very nice. Nice stroke by Adam tonight. That's his 5th point. Takes the lead out to 15-9. 1:44 to go in the first quarter. Once again, Shanahan bringing the ball across court. Over to McCauley. McCauley's jumper, front rim. Mindbrush looks to run. The one with 1-on-4, he decides to kick it back out, slow it down, wait for his teammates to join him. Conwell dribbling around the perimeter, trying to make something happen. Having some thoughts of going 1-on-1 against DiDonato. Over to Mindbrush. McShane comes over to try to pick. It's stripped out of Mindbrush's hands, but by nice defense by Poloshenko, comes back and pulls it and takes it right back off of Shanahan. Ooh, I think Mindbrush might have gotten away with a double dribble there, but if the ref didn't see it, then it must not have been anything wrong with it. Conwell over to Anderson. Poloshenko guarded by McCauley. Panthers being very patient right now. Anderson drives. Oh, I'm not sure about that call. It looked like he got pushed from behind. I'm not sure why it's a walk if you get pushed, but a walk is a walk. And with 38.7 seconds to go in the first quarter, Norwin takes the ball, gets the ball on the traveling violation. I thought Adam was fouled. I don't think that was a walk, but Really doesn't matter what I think at this point, does it? Shanahan barking out some instructions to his teammates. They do get the ball back into Shanahan's hands very, very quickly. Shanahan coming around the double screen. Nothing doing. He tried to drop it inside to Tyler Urban, but the Panthers were to break it up. The Panthers counterattacked very quickly. Conwell tried the layup, but shot was blocked. Nice defensive play by the Knights. A deep three-pointer as the clock went. Norwin got the rebound. That was Jasko on the rebound to try a desperation shot from the corner. No dice. So at the end of the first quarter, 15-9, Panthers have a 6-point lead. Kind of a herky-jerky start to it. The game hadn't developed very much rhythm. It's been a couple of weeks since I gave all my fans out there in Pantherland an update on the Bucknell Bisons. Bucknell enters this week 12-3, 3-0 in the Patriot League. So congrats to Pat Flannery. He just set the Patriot League career victory record. He's been the Bison coach for 15 years now. The Bison were also ranked second by Basketball Insider's in the mid-majors category. So again, a great season by the Bisons. I keep calling them the Panthers, by the Bison. On Tuesday nights on ESPN, they have a documentary documenting the Bison's season. It's usually on at 11 o'clock Eastern. You should check it out sometime. See what real student athletes do in between games and how they practice, and again, it's nice publicity for our alma mater. So here we go, second quarter, 15-9. Mindbress is leading scorer for the Panthers with 6. Anderson had a three-pointer and a couple fouls for 5. Shanahan had a couple of buckets for the Knights, a 3 by McCauley and a bucket by Jordan Jasko to round out the scoring. And here's Shanahan on the wing. Urban over to Jasko. Jasko goes baseline. Leans in with his body, warding off the defender, and makes a very nice shot by Jason Jasko. It's his second basket of the night. 15-11. St. Clair lead cut to 4. McShane dribbles in, out to the corner, back out to Conwell. Cartier looks around, tries to beat his man off the dribble. No dice. McShane with the left hand goes up with the lefty. He had a nice drive to his left, couldn't get it to drop. Jasko on the counterattack, 3-pointer from the corner by McCauley, who was fouled. Tried to make the 4-point play, but couldn't get the jumper to drop. But he'll go to the line to shoot 3. That was on McShane. That was his second of the evening. 3 team fouls. This is McCauley's first trip to the line. First one is up and good. Other thing I'll mention is I am fighting a bit of a head cold, so if I sound a little nasal or a little hoarse, my apologies. I have been fighting cold for the last couple of days. Jordan McCauley makes the first 2 shots. Cuts the Panther lead in half to 15-13, and he's got one more. You hate seeing the foul on a 3-point shot like that. The percentage on a 3-point shot is low enough that you hate to see the man go to the line. You hate to send the other team to the line. McCauley missed his 3rd shot as McShane tried to hit McLean in the corner. Ball was deflected out of bounds by the Knights. Cartier will inbounds to McShane. Picked up by Jasko. McShane yet to score this evening. Conwell came out to set a pick. He drew 3 men. McShane drew 3 men. Cartier got the open jumper off the rim. Rebound to McCauley. McCauley over to Jasko. DiDonato hits Shanahan. Oh, beautiful no-look pass from Shanahan to Tyler Urban. That ties up the game, 15-15. Shanahan was cutting across the lane. Shanahan steals the ball off of Mindbress, goes up strong. 17-15. That's 6 points for Shanahan. It's Norwin's first lead of the evening. McShane crossing half court, picked up by Jasko. Over to Mindbreast. Mindbreast head fake on Shanahan, picked up by Urban. Conwell, he's got Shanahan on him. Shanahan's got some quick hands. And Shanahan is just about everything that St. Clair can handle so far this evening. He plays defense, he makes passes, he shoots, he brings the ball up. Good-looking young player. A couple of substitutions here for the Panthers. Nick Shea and Adam Anderson check in. Cartier and Poloshenko take a seat. Conwell tries to go baseline, edges his way in. A little bump, a little push. Ball back to Conwell. He tried to get it into Nick Shea, but it was deflected by one of the Knights. Adam telegraphed that pass right to Shanahan. Oh, it looked like Shanahan had some thoughts about going up to dunk that. But then Adam came in and fouled him. Not a good idea. That was an easy basket. He had no chance of blocking the shot. Shanahan goes to the line, looking to extend the Norwin lead to 5. 19-15, 5:38. Free throw good by Shanahan. That's his first free throw of the night. Makes the score 20-15. Panthers down by 5. The Panthers have not gotten off a good shot in quite some time. As Conwell tries to drive, he was fouled on the floor. Let's see, was that on Shanahan or was it on DiDonato? And it was on neither of them. It was on Tyler Urban. Anderson in the corner to McLean. I don't think Dave's taken a shot yet tonight. Mindbreast working against Shanahan, tries to go one-on-one. Shanahan steals it. Shanahan stole the ball off of Mindbreast, and on the ensuing fast break, Mindbreast came back and blocked Shanahan's shot. So a nice play by Steve to come back after his pocket was picked by Shanahan. And as Norwin tries to inbounds the ball under the basket, they're calling Adam for a foul. So Adam grabbed the defender or grabbed the Norwin Knight. Kept him from cutting to the ball. Poloshenko in for Anderson. 5:09 to go here in the second quarter. Norwin looking to extend their 5-point lead. Out to Jasko. Picked up by Mindbreast. Urban tries to set a pick on Mindbreast. We now have McLean picking up Shanahan. Shanahan might just be a little too quick for Mindbreast. And he's going to be a bit big and strong for McLean. But his shot was no good, and Panthers get the rebound. Poloshenko being guarded closely by Wolfslegel. Conwell works his way inside and goes up strong with the left hand, but he's fouled. Couldn't quite get that basket to get that ball to drop. Conwell will go to the line and shoot 2.
His first, team 5th.
First shot by Conwell is up and good. That's his first free throw attempt of the evening. Makes the score 20-16. Norwin with a 4-point lead. Second shot by Conwell. Nice arc, nice stroke, nice basket, nice free throw. 20-17. St. Clair down by 3. Jasko over to McCauley. McCauley over to Wolfslegel, running their continuity. Panthers playing some nice defense, not allowing the ball to get inside, not allowing any penetration. Out on the wing. Over to Tyler Urban. Shanahan's on the bench for a few seconds, getting a little bit of water. And you can see the offense is just not quite, they don't play with the confidence that they do when Shanahan's in there. 3-pointer by number 14, Matt DiDonato. Nice stroke by DiDonato. Those are his first points of the night. Takes the night lead out to 23-17. McLean on the drive. Can't get it to drop. That was a quick shot. I think maybe Coach Holzer wanted him to work for a little bit better shot. A long three-pointer by McCauley. Ball bounces around. Conwell gets control. Conwell coast to coast. Good no call. Number 14, DiDonato for the Knights, tried to draw the offensive, but yeah, it was a bit of an acting job. I really don't think there was that much contact, and it was a nice coast-to-coast bucket for Conwell. And I believe the Knights have called timeout with 3:34 to go in the second quarter. That was Conwell's second basket, 4-point lead for the Knights. As we suspected, the Knights are a good team. They have only 2 losses this year. One of those coming at the hands of St. Clair. So they're primed to get even with St. Clair for ruining their perfect record. They were undefeated at 8-0 when St. Clair beat them in the Henry Fury tournament over at Gateway. A few more students have piled in, but again, a pretty small crowd tonight. Over here on the Norwin side, we have Coach Joey David from Mount Lebanon and his coaching staff that are here scouting this game. We also have Tim McConnell and his coaching staff from Char Valley. We play Char Valley this Friday at home. I guess these coaches don't have anything better to do. It's not like they haven't seen St. Clair 1,000 times already. Not sure what they'll see tonight that they haven't seen before, but I guess that's what you do when you're a coach. At any rate, timeout is over. Norwin Shanahan is back in for the Knights. Shanahan trying to drive on Mindbreast. Dishes it over to Wolfslagle. And over to DiDonato. DiDonato almost turns the ball over with a backcourt violation, but Shanahan is there to keep the ball from crossing the midcourt line. DiDonato got a little bit of a push there by J.T. Pion, who checked in at that last timeout. Three-pointer, front rim, way short, but a rebound by Wolfslagle. Jasko drives baseline, comes around with the lefty. No, he goes to the right hand. Very nice basket by Jason Jasko. Went baseline, got on the other side of the basket, used the backboard to kind of protect the ball from the defender. McLean playing the point guard with McShane on the bench. Pat getting a rare rest. He doesn't come out very often. Pion looks to get it inside to Mindbreast. Ill-advised pass. Polishenko on the defense. I think Jasko just threw up a desperation shot. He was well past the basket, but Polishenko was in no position. All he could do was foul him on that. That's the first foul on Polishenko. And we'll have Jordan Jasko going the line to shoot 2. 25-19, Norwin with a 6-point lead. First shot by Jasko is good. Oh, we just lost some lights. No, they're back on. It'll be an official timeout. Until we get some stabilization of our lighting system. I think we're okay. Spooks in the house, perhaps. 26-19. 2:18 to go in the second quarter. Jasko looking to extend the Norwin Knight lead. Ball rims out. Strong rebound by Mindbreast. He'll bring it up himself. McLean crosses the midcourt line. Picked up by McCauley. On the wing to Shea. Shea in the corner to Polishenko. Polishenko drives. What do we have here? I'm not sure what the call is. I think they're calling a foul on the floor. They're saying a double foul, the rare double foul. They called one in the pit game yesterday. You don't see the double foul very often. And as soon as the PA man tells me what happened, I'll pass that along to you. At any rate, Panther ball. McLean inbounds it to Cartier. Cartier over to Polishenko. Polishenko, no. Polishenko with a nice head fake on the Norwin defender, but they're saying he was fouled. Jasko fouled him on the floor before he got to the basket. In the college game or the pro game, that would be a continuation, and it would have been a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. But here, in high school, it's just a foul on the floor with Polishenko going to the line for We're 1-1. First one back rim. Nice rebound by Shea. Shea back to Polishenko. Polishenko misses again. Mindbreast offensive rebound. Up strong. That's Mindbreast's third basket of the inning. Makes the score 26-21. Norwin by 5. 1:41 to go in the half. Working the ball on the perimeter. Into their continuity. Will Slagle. Oh, Mindbreast denied the ball off of Shanahan. Very nice denial. Nice drive by number 14. Oh, that's a hustle play there. That was a hustle play by DiDonato. He made the drive to the basket, dished it over to Will Slagle. Will Slagle missed the shot, but DiDonato was in perfect position for the follow-up offensive rebound. That's a case of beating your man, making penetration, and then being in a good spot to get the offensive rebound. Great hustle play by DiDonato. McLean looking to make something happen. Picked up by McCauley. Polishenko is doubled on the wing. Dribbles out of it, gets the pass over to Cartier, but he's a little too hot for Cartier to handle. I think he was going up for the basket before he had control of the ball. Shanahan in no hurry right now. Mindbreast out on him. 28-21, 7-point lead for Norwin. 50 seconds to go in the second quarter. Norwin taking the air out of the ball. McLean goes for the steal, but McCauley holds on to it. Almost a backcourt by Jasko. Will Slagle, or DiDonato, looks to drive, decides to kick it back out. Head fake. Jasko had thoughts about taking McLean to the hoop, decides to bring it back out. I think they're holding for the last shot here. McLean pressuring the ball. Should be close to a 5-second call. Oh, I think Shanahan got away with the walk. He didn't have control of the ball, but a very nice drive by Jasko. He might have caught the Panthers napping there a little bit. Polishenko drives, throws up sort of a desperation shot, but he got fouled. So he'll be going to the line for 2 shots. Norwin has taken the lead out to 9 points, 30-21, with 2.3 seconds to go. Polishenko will be shooting 2. First one, good. Anderson checks in. Looking to maybe get an offensive rebound if Polishenko misses, but he doesn't. Makes both. With 2 seconds to go. Oh, a half-court shot by DiDonato. Wide right, as it were. 30-23 at the half. St. Clair down by 7. It's the first time we've been behind here at home this season at halftime. We're going to take a break. I'm going to get a drink, and we'll be back at you with the second half of Panther basketball. This is Hank Chesko here at St. Clair, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. Welcome back, Panther fans. We've got about a minute to go before the tip-off for the second half. This is Hank Chesko welcoming you to Upper St. Clair basketball. We've got the Norwin Knights here in town this afternoon, making the trip from the other side of the city, and they have a 7-point lead, 30-23, against our Upper St. Clair Panthers. Just doing a quick recap on the scoring. As I look through on the Norwin side, we have DiDonato with 5, Jasko with 9, McCauley with 5, Shanahan with 9, and Urban with 2. Jasko and Shanahan played a great first half. When the Panther defenders tried to help out on Shanahan, Jasko took that extra step and had a couple nice drives to the basket, couple nice jumpers. On the other side of the ledger, we have Mindbreast leading the Panthers with 8, Conwell with 6, Anderson with 5, Polishenko chipped in with a couple of free throws, and Cartier had a bucket. Here we go. Panther ball. McShane on the wing. Conwell comes out, sets a pick on Jasko. McShane drives, pumps, no dice, gets his own rebound, puts it up again, misses, scrambles for the rebound. Norwin ball. Thoughts about a three-pointer. Shanahan picked up by Mindbreast in the corner. Head fake on Conwell. No basket, no shot. Three-pointer by number 3. That's Macaulay Jordan. That's his second three of the night. Takes the lead out to 10 points. Panthers haven't quite figured out this Norwin defense. On the surface, it doesn't look that tough, but we're not getting any open shots. And when we get them, they're not falling. Conwell drives past number 14, DiDonato, lays it in for two. Cuts the lead to 8. 7 minutes to go, early going, third quarter. Shanahan over to DiDonato. DiDonato dumps it into Woolslagle. Jasko with the three-pointer. Long, Mindbreast rebound. McShane up the slide court. Slows it down, waits for McLean and Mindbreast to start the offense. Holzer barking out commands. McLean with the dribble drive. Conwell up strong, no basket. Rebound Shanahan. Here come the Knights. Jasko tries to push it on a semi-fast break. Deep in the corner by number 14, DiDonato. And Norwin is just throwing up the threes. Extends the lead to 11 points. That's DiDonato's second three-pointer. As McShane comes across half court. Tough pick by Cartier. Threw an extra little shoulder in there just to let him know. Mindbreast, pump fake. Give and go. Conwell can't get it to go. Gets his own rebound. Rejected by number 12, Woolslagle. Very nice defensive set by Norwin. They try to force the ball inside the Woolslagle. Jasko dives on the loose ball with the quick hands of McLean. Get the ball over to Mindbreast. Mindbreast drives. Nice drive. DiDonato wanted no part of Mindbreast on that drive. The Mindbreast basket cuts it to 9 as Norwin sets up their offense. DiDonato over to Macaulay. Macaulay into Jasko. Jasko got a step on Cartier. Nice roll. Jason Jasko continues to be a thorn in the collective sign of the Panthers. Pressuring McShane out near half court. Cartier sets another tough pick. Jasko runs through it. Probably a good no call by the official. But the game's getting a little out of control. Those tough picks. I know you need to fight through the pick, but you can't raise your arms to break through the pick without getting called for the foul. But at any rate, Norwin was called for the foul. Number 12, Woolslagle. That's his second. First foul of the second half. 38-27, 11-point Norwin lead, 5:09 to go. Conwell looks to go inside on DiDonato, gets a half step. DiDonato came back, rejected Conwell's shot. It might be a case of going up with the left hand, might have protected the ball a little bit better. Another three-pointer, back rim, long rebound, out to Cartier. Looks like the Norwin shooters have the green light. If they have a three, they're going to take it. McLean tries to dribble, cut off by Macaulay. Inside to Mindbreast. He tried the quick drop step, but I think McLean might have gone away with a backcourt violation because his back foot was on the line as he stole the ball. Sometimes they'll call it, sometimes they won't, but he quickly counterattacks and gets the jumper from the free throw line. That's McLean's first basket of the evening, 38-29. Timeout Norwin. Was getting a little sloppy there. Norwin's coming down, taking shots very quickly. But as you'll usually see, you live by the three, you die by the three. Three-point is a very alluring shot. It's when you make them, it's like a possession and a half. But at any rate, we've got a 9-point Norwin lead, 4:30 to go in the second half. Coming up later this week for the Panthers, we've got Fox Chapel tomorrow night at Fox Chapel, another non-conference game. And then Friday, Char Valley here. Char Valley had the better of St. Clair 43-40 earlier in December. That will be a section game. They beat us 43-40 by 3. Very, very tight game, hard-fought game. The Char Valley rivalry has intensified the last couple of years, and that should be a good game. We should have a full house on a Friday night. We'll have the students all fired up. It would be nice if you could make it out and support the Panthers. But it will be Norwin ball underneath their basket. Panthers going into some full court pressure. DiDonato inbounds it. Mindbreast knocks it away. Got the deflection, but couldn't quite come up with a steal. DiDonato needs to be careful here because it's out of bounds. He cannot move, unlike after a basket. He goes long. Jasko break. Beautiful long pass. Jasko picks it up and lays it in. Beautiful long pass by the left-handed DiDonato. And Jasko continues his hot hand. Jasko picks up McShane. On the wing. Over to McShane. On the wing to Mindbreast. Mindbreast back to McShane. McShane, nice body control. Got the basket. Tried to steal on the pressure. Wolfslegel missed the lay-in. McLean quickly counterattacks. McShane tried to dribble but couldn't control the ball. That was McShane's first basket. Oh, and as McShane tries to work the ball inside, he's fouled. Some of the fans sitting nearby on the Norwin side weren't crazy about the foul, but it's a foul nonetheless. That's Jasko's second. Just the second foul in the second half. McShane makes the first. Cuts the Norwin lead to 8, 40-32, 3:48 to go, third quarter. Second shot by McShane. Rattles around and in. McShane, 2 for the Panthers, staying with the full court pressure. Trapped it in the corner. Wolfslegel to the middle. Over to Jasko. They broke the press very nicely. Anderson tried to get in front of Jasko to draw the offensive, but the ref wasn't having any of that. Takes the lead back out to 9 points. 6 points in the third quarter for Jasko. Anderson in the corner to McLean. McLean takes the three. Yes. First open jumper McLean's seen tonight, and he was going to shoot. Norwin seems to be breaking the press without a lot of difficulty, getting the ball to the middle of the court, and then feeding Wolfslegel as he fills the lane on the left side. Goes up strong, and Anderson fouls Wolfslegel as he goes up for the basket. It's a 6-point Norwin lead. Wolfslegel, first shot. Ooh, rattled around and in. That's Wolfslegel's first point tonight. He's contributed on defense and with some big rebounds, but second one way long. That was a brick. Nice rebound by DiDonato over to Wolfslegel. Three-pointer by McCauley. Nothing doing. Anderson gets the rebound, brings it up himself. McShane looks to drive. He got smacked from behind. McCauley tried to reach in after McShane had gone by him, and that's not good defense in any league. One time out of 6 or 7, you might be able to smack the ball loose, but that's the kind of defense you'll see after the man is beating you off the dribble. McShane thought about taking the three. McLean feels he has the hot hand. Oh, we just can't get into any kind of rhythm tonight. McLean long on the three. Knights with the ball. DiDonato. Jasko drives baseline on Cartier. Jasko with the basket and the foul on Cartier. This has been Jasko's quarter. That's his 8th point here in the third quarter. Panthers need to find somebody that can stop him. He's not a very big player, but he's quick, and he goes up strong, and he knows what to do with the ball when he gets it. Jasko makes the three-point play the old-fashioned way. He's 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight. Takes the Norwin lead back out to 10. Panthers had gotten it down to 6, but haven't scored in their last 2 possessions. McLean gets it into Mindbreast. Mindbreast into Shea. Shea goes up strong. That's Nick Shea. That's his first basket this evening. Cuts the lead to 8. Jasko over to Shanahan. That's his first shot of the second half. That's long. Or short, I should say. Nice rebound by Mindbreast. I think the Norwin coach would have liked to have seen them work the ball around a little bit more. You're sitting here with a 8-point lead. You don't need to take a quick three-pointer like that, at any rate. McShane looking to run the offense. He's out here on the wing. McLean back to McShane. McShane looking, trying to find Mindbreast inside. Mindbreast trying to get position on DiDonato, but DiDonato recovers. Conwell tries to go baseline, cut off by Wolfslegel. Dribbles back out. McLean's got the open three from way downtown. It's McLean's second three-pointer of the night. Cuts the lead to 5, 46-41. You love that three when you're draining them. Jasko going baseline on Shea. Got not really baseline, but he had gotten half a step, and I think they're calling ball out of bounds on Shea. Shea's arms were a little longer than Jasko anticipated, and even though he'd had a half step on him, Shea was able to block it. That's Shea the older. Nick. Jasko. Oh, not Jasko. That was McCauley in the corner. We might have gone away. Oh, and McCauley steals the ball on the inbounds pass. Oh, my. McCauley made the jumper, stole the inbounds pass. We were a little sloppy putting the ball in bounds and got a quick 4 points by McCauley. Takes the Norwin lead back out to 9 points, 50-41. Every time the Panthers mount a little bit of a run to get back in the game, Norwin answers with a spurt of their own. Linebress tries to dribble past Wolfslegel. Wolfslegel, nice defense, slid with him, wouldn't let him get a half step. McLean tries to get past his man. He might have gotten away with a little bit of a walk there, but there was no call, and McLean straightens up and makes a jumper. Shanahan beats Linebress down court, but can't get it to go. Here come the Panthers. McShane settles things down a little bit, tries to drive off of Jasko, forces the ball. Poor pass by Norwin in the backcourt. Tried to make something happen that wasn't there, and Linebress was there to steal it. McShane drives again, kicks it back out to Shea. It's Nick Shea with his second basket this half. Cuts the lead to 5. We had a little bit more scoring in that quarter. After only scoring 21 points in the 23 points in the first half, the Panthers scored 22 points in the third quarter alone, and did cut into the lead. The Norwin Knights had a 7-point lead at the half. It's now 50-45. Both offenses picking up, shooting percentages increasing in that quarter, and maybe the defense is just getting a little tired. You'll see that happen in a game where you can play tough defense for only so long. The legs get tired. You don't move quite as quick. But the story so far tonight has to be Jasko. 9 points in the first half and 9 points in the third quarter alone, leading all scorers with 18. Now, Panthers did try some full court pressure, but they got a couple of breaks on the full court pressure. But I think the reality was that Norwin pretty much beat the press most of the time the Panthers were in it. And Coach Holzer came out of it pretty quickly. He tried it maybe 3 or 4 times after baskets. The tempo of the game picked up. We saw some turnovers in the backcourt on both teams. A big play by McCauley, making the jumper from right inside the arc, was probably fouled by McLean, by Conwell. Got away with one, and then stole the inbounds pass, a la Cam Griffin. Now here's the start of the fourth quarter. We've got starting lineups back in for both teams. No, I'm sorry. We've got Nick Shea in for the Panthers. Nice rejection by Linebress. That was 44. Tyler Urban, who tried to go up strong, but those long arms on Linebress rejected the shot cleanly. McCauley inbounding it under his own basket. Over to DiDonato. Conwell picking him up, pressuring the ball outside the arc. Over to Jasko. We had Linebress matching up on Jasko, tried to steal the ball from behind, but gave him a little push. And I say little, it was a little push, but it's a push nonetheless. That's only Steve's second foul. Jordan McCauley inbounding the ball. Tries to get it to Shanahan, stolen by Linebress. McShane on the break. Gets it off to Shea. McShane got the ball to the middle of the court, giving Shea the opportunity to fill the lane nicely. Textbook fast break. Knights trying to work the ball inside. Jasko trying to do a little too much that time. Sometimes you're making some shots, things are going, and he probably forced it just a little bit. And that's the flip side of being a little too confident. But at any rate, you've got to take chances, and that cuts the Norwin lead to 3, 50-47. McShane working on the wing. Head fake on Jasko. Pulls up his dribble. Doesn't get the shot. Shea at the foul line. Dribbles back out. McShane will start the offense all over again. On the blocks to Mindbreast. Mindbreast leans inside on Shanahan. Shanahan, not the greatest defensive effort on that play. Mindbreast gets the basket to bring the Panthers within one. Shanahan tried to respond. Took a shot that got some backboard but no rim. Panthers clear the ball and get it back out, and Mindbreast is setting up the offense. Ooh, almost a little double dribble there. Lost control of the ball, but got it over to McShane. Nice pick by McShane, or by Shea on Jasko. Jasko fights through it tough again. Works it for the corner shot for Mindbreast. Oh, Mindbreast following his own shot. Maybe a little bit of frustration. He had the open jumper. Would have liked to seen it go. And then Shanahan had a clean defensive rebound, and Mindbreast tried to make a play, but got the arm of Shanahan. And with 3 fouls, Coach Holder's going to let Mindbreast catch his breath for a few. Then he put Cartier in. And because it was a foul and not a basket, Norwin cannot run the length of the floor. So Tyler Urban tried to run the length of the floor, and that's technically a walking violation. You can't move your feet on a shot like after a foul. You can move it after a basket, but you can't move it after a turnover or whatever. But at any rate, Panther ball, 1 point Norwin lead. Cartier tries to dribble. McShane in the corner. Again, another hard pick on Jasko. Shea had a shot, but decided not to take it. McShane dribbles, drives. Yes! Nice dribble drive and a basket for McShane. Tries to steal the ball on the inbounds path. It gives the Panthers a 51-50 lead. They've slowly, methodically been working down that 11-point lead that Norwin had at one time. McLean with the quick hands. He's got the break. He dishes back over to Conwell. He was moving just a little too fast. Didn't get under control. Missed the bunny. Beautiful steal by McLean and pass back over to Conwell. Conwell with a long rebound, a little bit of contact as McCauley and Conwell went for the ball. McCauley seems to be a little shaken up. He's just stepped off the court. I think his head hit some part of Conwell's body. If you're much of a physics student, you'd know that when McCauley runs into Conwell, McCauley's going to get the short piece of that. But at any rate, there's a foul on the Panthers. Jasko goes to the line. First shot by Jasko. Nice stroke. Barely moved the net. Couple of substitutions for the Panthers. Mindbreast and Polshenko check back in. Shea came in with 6 points in that third quarter. Nice little spark for the Panthers, leading that comeback. Goes back out, and Cartier takes a seat as well. Second shot by Jasko is good. Gives Norwin the lead back, 52-51 with 5:17 to go in the fourth quarter. And it's a timeout by Coach Holder. Wow, this is an exciting game. Maybe I don't sound excited, but it's an exciting game nonetheless. A couple of lead changes here. Norwin had jumped out to an 11-point lead early in the third quarter, but slowly and methodically with a couple of threes by McLean and some nice work off the bench by Nick Shea, who had 6 points, and just in the third quarter, they cut back into the Norwin lead. St. Clair retook the lead, 51-50, with those 2 free throws by Jasko. Norwin is back in front, 52-51. There was a little bit of activity away from the ball on that last foul that sent Jasko to the line. Right in front of us here, we had McCauley and Conwell diving for a loose ball as it was scrambling around here out on the wing, and I thought that I heard a little pop, and I don't know if that was McCauley's chin or his face, but I think it might have banged into Dane's leg, and he looked a little bit shaken up, but I think he's coming back in. He actually took a couple of steps and walked off the court there for a few seconds. I don't know if he was disoriented or what, but at any rate, as teams come back to the court. We've got McLean inbounding to McShane, Mindbreast, Conwell, and Polishenko. We've got Jasko, McCauley, DiDonato, Urban, and Shanahan in for the Knights. Jasko picks up McShane, gets past the Polishenko pick. Polishenko with the lefty drive. They doubled McLean in the corner, or doubled Mindbreast in the corner, and as he tried to kick the ball back out off the double team, Jasko stepped in front of Polishenko and went coast to coast for a layup. Another bucket for Jasko. Takes the Norwin lead out to 3. McShane in the corner to Polishenko. Three-pointer is long. Offensive rebound fought for by Conwell and Shanahan, or Conwell and Tyler. And the ball is out of bounds off of Conwell. It'll be Norwin ball. Holzer getting his charges to come up and provide some full court pressure to Norwin. Urban looking to inbounds the ball. He took at least 3.5 of his 5 seconds. McCauley dribbles past Conwell. He's a quick ball handler. Jasko slashing, cutting, driving. Double pumps and goes up with the left hand for another basket for Jasko. That's 15 points in the second half. 24 for Jasko to lead all scorers. Takes the Norwin lead back out to 5. Just as St. Clair got back in front, Norwin comes back with their own little spurt. A 6-0 run. Polishenko had a thought about taking this 3. Had he made the last one, he probably would have taken that one over to Conwell. Conwell tries to drive, kicks it back out. Polishenko drives, contact, dishes it into Mindbreast. Nice play by Polishenko. He drove, gave a little hip to his defender. His defender did the old Fosbury flop, and when the defender, weak side defender, came over to help out, Polishenko deftly dropped it off for Mindbreast, who had the easy two-point shot, easy lay-in. Makes the score 56-53. Norwin with 3-point lead, 3:50 to go in the second half, in the game, second half and the game. Holzer called a timeout. Look for Holzer to have his team in full court pressure again. They've kind of had some mixed results with that, but with the 3-point lead, and I think he feels that he can get some steals in the backcourt to result in some quick baskets. Again, Jason Jasko just on fire here tonight. He has 6 baskets here in the second half to go with 3 free throws for a total of 24. He has almost half of the Norwin Knights points. Jordan McCauley, he's been throwing up the 3s. He's gone a little cold here since the first one he made right at the beginning of the second half. We've got starting lineup back in for the Knights. DiDonato will be putting the ball in bounds. He's got the 6'3" DiDonato has some long arms. He plays like 6'5". Conwell denying an opportunity for McCauley to get to the ball. Having some trouble maintaining it. DiDonato tries to save it. DiDonato tried to save it. Polishenko stole it. Polishenko drove to the basket. I thought he had Mindbreast open on the far side, but he decided to drive himself. There was a foul on the floor. Panthers maintained possession. McShane inbounds it to Conwell. Conwell on the wing. Out to Polishenko up top. Polishenko thinks about driving, but gives it up to McShane. 56-53. 3:30 to go in the second half in the game. Mindbreast open from 3-point range, but that's a little too far from him. A little give and go with Conwell. Conwell drives. DiDonato with those long arms. McShane thought he had Conwell thought he had a step on him, but DiDonato came back to get it. Again, Shanahan drives. Conwell may have gotten away with some body, but at any rate, it was a nice block of a shot by Shanahan. Good defense by Conwell. He helped out on Mindbreast's man. McShane running the offense. Panthers seem to be standing around a little bit. Polishenko over to Conwell. Conwell picked up by DiDonato. McLean had half a step, takes the three on McCauley. Front rim rebound DiDonato. Whenever DiDonato gets the ball, they'll be pressuring him. I think he might be the weak link in there on the ball handling side for Norwin. Anyway, McCauley sees saw a cutting Shanahan, and I'm not sure about that foul. I think Poloshenko had position. He was standing still, and the cutting Shanahan did not see him and just ran him over. Nonetheless, that'll be a 4th foul on Poloshenko. Conwell coming out, Shea coming in. McCauley inbounding the ball under the Norwin basket. Shanahan over to Wolfslegel, working the ball around the perimeter. Jasko having a game of his life. Beats Shea on the dribble drive. Goes in for 2, 58-53. 26 points for Jasko. Norwin lead 5 with 2 minutes to go. Tried to work it inside to Mindbreast. Couldn't control the ball. Here comes Shanahan, 5-point lead. McLean picks Shanahan's pocket. He might have gone away with one there. McLean, a 3-pointer. Wow, what a turn. We had Shanahan looking like he had a clear lane to the basket, looking to extend the lead, looking to extend the Norwin lead out to 7. McLean picks his pocket, regroups, counterattacks on a transition, takes a transition three-point shot and drains it to make it 58-56. Panthers cut the Norwin lead to 2 points with 1:45 to go. And Holzer and Norwin coach quickly calls a timeout. Now, the last several weeks, Upper St. Clair has been playing in lots of close games. We had a close game that we lost last Friday against Mount Lebanon, but again, a well-played, exciting PCN televised game. Could have asked for a better Friday night sports value for your entertainment dollar. Lost a close one earlier in the week to Peters by 3. Beat Cannon Mac by 3 the week before. So St. Clair seems to be making a habit of these close games. McLean against South Fayette had a 3-pointer with 11 seconds to go to send that one into overtime. Another down-to-the-wire game for the Panthers. So let's see. We've got both teams have their starting lineups in. With the exception of Shea. Shea is in. Oh, and again, that's the second time that's happened to us. Where DiDonato, the left-hander, throws the ball the length of the court to a breaking Jasko. Takes the lead back out to 4. And as McLean sets the pick, you knew that was going to happen eventually. They've been setting picks on Jasko all night. He's gone through him pretty tough 2 or 3 times, and that time he just ran McLean over. And there'll be another timeout. Timeout Norwin. Again, 1:32 to go in the game. Panthers down by 4, 60-56. You know, that's a play I think we saw that 2 or 3 times just here in the second half, where Jasko is picking up McShane, and one of the Panthers would be setting the pick, and a couple of times, I know one time Cartier set the pick, and Jasko gave him an elbow up high, which I thought was a little could have been a call, and at that time Jasko just had enough with the high picks that were being set by St. Clair, and just decided to use his 3rd foul and let McLean know that he means business. But again, the story tonight has to be Jason Jasko. He's had a great game. He's had 19 points in the second half alone to go with 9 points in the first half. He's got 28. That's 28 out of 60 points. He's got just about half of Norwin's points. I don't know if this is a career high for him, but if it's not, it's a great game by Jasko nonetheless. We just haven't had anybody that matches up well that can slow him down. 2 plays that were backbreakers were the long bombs from DiDonato to Jasko when we were in full court pressure. McShane inbounds it to Mindbreast. Ooh, I think he came in. We got away with one. I think Pat had come in from out of bounds and hadn't established himself. But at any rate, the court jumper from the corner. Mindbreast just inside the arc. Cuts the lead to 2 points. 60-58. Conwell Pokes it from behind. Nice no-look pass. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. There's a scramble for the ball. Conwell has it, but you can't call timeout if nobody has the ball. Oh, number 12, Wolfslegel is down. He may have lost the contact, but again, Conwell poked the ball away from behind. McLean picked it up. Beautiful no-look pass from McLean over to Conwell. Conwell was anticipating some contact. Did the jump step or a hop step or a jump stop and went up strong, but hit the front rim on the bunny that would have tied it up. Ensuing scramble for the ball. Conwell and Shea. Panthers were able to call a timeout to maintain possession. I don't know that we clearly had possession of the ball when the timeout was granted, but I know some of the Norwin faithful felt that possession hadn't been maintained, and I might tend to agree with them. I think we may have gotten a break on that one, but at any rate, 1:07 to go, 60-58, Norwin lead. We'll be inbounding the ball underneath our own basket. We've got McShane, McLean, Dane, Nick Shea, and Mindbreast. We've got Urban, DiDonato, Shanahan, McCauley, and Jasko for Norwin. Somehow Conwell gets open, tries to go up strong. He had 3 defenders on him. There was no way he was getting that shot off. Nice defense. He wanted to go up strong and draw a foul. He gets tied up. Possession arrow, St. Clair. Ball stays down here. I don't know how McShane got that pass into him, but somehow Conwell got open. McShane, that's his first 3 of the night, rattles around. Shea fights for the ball, keeps it alive. Oh, jump ball, Norwin ball. McShane had a good look at the basket. Nice stroke. Everything was right except it didn't go down. Rattled in and out. Shea and Conwell fighting for the offensive rebound. Cartier in for Conwell. Cartier probably a little bit better full court defender than Conwell. DiDonato inbounds the ball. Nobody's picking him up. He dribbles across half court. Jasko. The thing that you notice about Jasko is that he uses his left hand and his right hand almost interchangeably. At first I thought he was a lefty, and then I watched him and then I thought he was a right-hander, and now he just dribbles. He dribbles and shoots equally well with both hands. Again, very, very impressive work tonight by Jason Jasko. At any rate, Panthers fouled him. Jasko will go to the line. It'll be 1-1 situation. 60-58, 2-point Norwin lead. Let's see if Jasko can continue his hot hand and extend the Norwin lead. Front rim, and I jinxed him. Thank you. Rebound Mindbreast over to McShane. Mindbreast on the wing. McShane inside against McCauley. Gets half a step. Throws it over to Shea. 2-point Norwin lead, 30 seconds to go. Panthers can't wait forever. They'll probably take the first good shot they get. Mindbreast inside. He's triple teamed. Kicks it over to Conwell. Conwell had the open jumper but decided to drive. Oh, and a beautiful dribble drive penetration by Conwell. Ties this game up with 12 seconds to go. Are we looking for Norwin to call a timeout? They tied up DiDonato. I don't think Norwin was going to call a timeout, but once DiDonato got tied up by Conwell out on the wing, a couple seconds had probably gone by on the possession clock, and he was, maybe got a little nervous there. But at any rate, beautiful dribble drive by Conwell. I thought he had the open shot just inside the arc. He saw the opening as his defender came out to guard him. Conwell blew by him, went up strong off the glass, rattled around and in to tie it up 60-60. That basket coming with about 12 seconds to go in the game. Norwin timeout, 6.4 seconds to go. What do you do here if you're Norwin? Well, I think you have 2 options on offense if you're Norwin. It's either Shanahan or Jasko. Jasko's been very, very effective at creating space and getting himself open. Shanahan has been pretty quiet in the second half. In fact, I'm looking at the at my score here. They've only scored only eight of their second half points have come from somebody not named Jason Jasko. Shanahan's been silent since the first half, but he's a good player. He's their big guy. So I'm looking for either try to work the ball inside to Shanahan or isolate Jasko on a wing and try to get him to beat his man off the dribble. We have not been able to stop Jasko. He's beating everybody that's covered him tonight. The other option is McCauley. McCauley will take the three. If McCauley gets it, I don't think you're going to see a pass out of him. But at any rate, here we go. DiDonato inbounds it in the backcourt to Shanahan. Mindbreast picks him up. Shanahan dribbles past Mindbreast, rattles out. Oh, well, there was the, once again, another overtime. I love overtimes when I'm working by myself. They isolated Shanahan. He got a half step on Mindbreast. Worked his way almost all the way into the basket for a little 4-point running jump shot that rattled in and out. He got a pretty decent look, but no dice. So we'll go into overtime. This is the Panthers' third overtime game of the season. They're 2-0 so far in overtime, so let's hope they continue that. Just looking down doing a quick recap, the only number that matters on the Norwin side is Jasko with 29. Over on the St. Clair side, McLean, after being shut out in the first half, had 3 threes and a couple of buckets for 11 just in the second half. Shea has gotten a lot of playing time. Nick Shea has gotten a lot of playing time tonight. He had 6 points in the third quarter. Conwell with the big bucket there at the end. He comes in with 10 points for the Panthers. Mindbreast, the leading scorer for the Panthers, with 14 points. So again, a quiet game for McShane. He had a couple of big buckets, but he had 6 in the second half. Again, the Panthers doing a very nice job. They were down 11 points midway through the third quarter. Didn't get rattled. Got some points off of the press. As we start the overtime, we go with McLean, McShane, Conwell, Mindbreast, and Shea. DiDonato jumping center with Shanahan, Woolslegel, Jordan McCauley, and my good friend Jason Jasko. Tap controlled by Norwin. McCauley in the corner. Jasko tries to go baseline, but they're saying he was defended by McShane, and the ball was out off of McShane. Again, quick first step by Jasko. He almost got past McShane for the baseline. McCauley inbounding it. McLean with his back to him. Woolslegel. Somehow the ball got over to Woolslegel. Nicely defended by Conwell. The way Woolslegel fell to the floor, it looked like Conwell may have gotten his arm, but I think that's just the strength of Conwell that brought him down. At any rate, Panther ball here in the opening minutes of the overtime. McShane goes baseline, draws 3 men. Mindbreast to McLean. McLean drives. He'll jump back. Oh, and I think he came back down. He thought he had the open jumper. DiDonato got over there very, very quickly. Again, those long arms on the 6'4" DiDonato made McLean think twice about taking the shot. Tried to kick it over to his left, but to no avail. So, 2 possessions, no points for either team. McCauley on the wing. Woolslegel up top. DiDonato tries to dump it inside to Shanahan. Shanahan got away with a little push. Mindbreast had denied the entry pass to his left, but the ball came over the other shoulder, and as it came in, Shanahan gave him a little shove to get open to create some separation, but Mindbreast gets called for the foul. It was a shooting foul. Mindbreast fouled him on after he recovered. Rattles in, thought that one was down, but it wasn't. Shanahan misses his first free throw. Second one looking to give Norwin the lead here in overtime. First one, nice stroke, nice basket. Nice free throw. 61-60, 3:10 to go in overtime. McShane looks to get past Jasko. Woolslegel picks up Mindbreast. Mindbreast over to Conwell. Somebody else steps that distracted Conwell and gave Shanahan an opportunity to steal the ball. Shanahan top of the key. DiDonato, a little pump fake on Conwell. Now with Shanahan. Shanahan tries to penetrate on Mindrest, pulls out for the 15-footer. Conwell with the rebound off the Shanahan miss. Shea tries to go baseline. He was right on the end line. McLean from his favorite spot. Yes! It's his fourth three. McLean loves that corner, making the score 63-61. Panther 2-point lead halfway through the first overtime period. Conwell picks up DiDonato. McCauley's been quiet for a while. Shanahan comes across the lane on a nice pick. Again, they were running their motion offense. Shanahan came across strong. McCauley got the pass into Shanahan, and Conwell had no option other than to come across and try to defend Shanahan after he had a step-in position. First free throw by Shanahan is good. Cuts the Panther lead to 1. 63-62, 2:14 to go in overtime. That was the 13th point by Shanahan. Second free throw is also good. 14 points for Michael Shanahan. Nice steady effort for number 15 from the Norwin Knights. McShane picked up by Jasko as he crosses the half-court line. Conwell looks to set a pick. McShane goes the other way. McShane, a little head fake, a little drive. Kicks it back out. Conwell on the wing. Shanahan picks him up. Conwell picks up his dribble. Shanahan knocks the ball away. McShane looks to drive, makes nice penetration. Very nice dish. McShane beat his man off the dribble and dumped it into Shea. Panthers regain the lead, 65-63. That's 8 points for Shea off the bench. Great minutes from the sixth man or seventh man tonight for Danny Holzer. DiDonato went baseline on Conwell. DiDonato made a beautiful move to go baseline on Conwell. Defense rotated over, blocked DiDonato's shot. And the ball was out of bounds off the Panthers. Nice help out on defense. DiDonato made the first initial move, but the Panthers rotated and blocked the shot. Jasko, it must be at least 2 minutes now since Jasko scored. McCauley, he likes that shot. He was deep in the corner. He gives the Norwin Knights the lead, 66-65. It's a third three for McCauley. He's not afraid to shoot. Mindrest from the corner answers. DiDonato was in his face, but Mindrest had only one thing on his mind, and that was seeing the basket, focusing on the basket, and ignored DiDonato's arms as he went flying by. Gives the Panthers the lead, 67-66. Beautiful block by Mindrest. It looked like Shanahan had half a step. Anderson in the corner. DiDonato tries to come out on him. The Norwin bench was yelling to their team to foul. They wanted to foul the whatever Panther had the ball. Let's do a quick reset here. 67-66. Panther lead by 1. 37.5 seconds to go. Anderson will be going to the line. I think he'll be going. No, that might only be their sixth foul. We'll see. At any rate, their foul was on the floor on Norwin. They'll be either Panthers will either be inbounding it on the side, or Anderson will be going to the line. The scoreboard's still showing only 6 fouls against Norwin. I'm not sure if they've updated it yet, but we'll see. At any rate, the Panthers will be putting the ball in bounds. Norwin, I'm sure, will be pressuring the ball. They'll be looking to foul the first Panther that touches the ball. They know McLean can shoot. They know Mindrest can shoot. They probably try to put somebody to the line that hasn't been shooting from long range tonight. Maybe try to foul Anderson. But I think they'll foul whoever gets the ball first. They're down 1. They want to get the ball back in their hands. They want to put St. Clair on the line, force St. Clair to make the free throws to win the game. Wow, Hank, it seems like my partner, Hank Brown, every time he misses a game or doesn't make one, I get to work overtime by myself. So the old vocal cords are getting a workout tonight. But again, a great game, a great effort by the Panthers. We'll see how the last 37.5 seconds. And McShane's coming over to put the ball in bounds. We've got Anderson, McLean, Mindrest, and Shea. Norwin has their starting lineup still in. McShane inbounds it in the backcourt. McCauley was all over McLean. You saw the hand check. He was going to play tight defense, maybe get a steal. If he couldn't get the steal quickly, he just fouled him. Again, and I think we anticipated that happening. McLean going to the line, shoot the front end to 1-1. Nice rotation, nice shot. First free throw by McLean is good. What a second half Davis had. 4 threes, a couple of baskets, and now a free throw to give the Panthers a 2-point lead with 34.6. Second one, big rebound by Shea. Big play by Shea there. McLean missed the second of the 1-1 after he'd given St. Clair the 2-point lead. Shea chased it down in the corner and then was fouled before he could get rid of the ball himself. So he'll be going to the line. This is his first trip to the line. He has 8 points here in the second half. I think Norwin's calling a 30-second timeout. Could be their last one. The possession arrow is pointing towards St. Clair at this point. So if they tie us up, tie up the ball, St. Clair will keep the ball. But we'll have Shea going to the line with a chance for the front end of a 1-1. I guess everything pales in comparison in terms of excitement after yesterday afternoon's Steeler game. But this has just been a great basketball game. Big plays made by both sides. Jasko leading Norwin with 29 points here in overtime. We've got Shea chasing the free throw missed by McLean down in the corner, then getting fouled. Let's see if Nick can add to his 8 points. Back rim, no. Anderson fights for the rebound, couldn't come up with it. St. Clair, 2-point lead. Shanahan over to Tyler. Tyler tied up by Anderson. That's got to be close to 5. Oh, but I think the Norwin coach called timeout. He sensed that Tyler Urban was tied up, and before they could get the 5-second call, they called timeout. Again, good heads-up play by the Norwin bench. They saw the distress that Urban was under and that he was about to turn the ball over if they didn't call timeout. Good play. Yeah, that's one of the differences that you'll have at different levels where the bench can actually call a timeout versus the timeout having to be called by someone on the court. They can actually call the timeout from the bench. So in that case, it was worked to the advantage of the Knights. 18.4 seconds to go. Panthers protecting a 2-point lead. Much like the last possession in regulation, I think Shanahan's your number 1 option, Jasko's your number 2 option, then McCauley be your number 3 option. All three have shown they can make points. At any rate, Shanahan over to McCauley. McCauley to DiDonato. DiDonato takes the jumper. Back rim. Rebound Mindbreast with 4 seconds to go. DiDonato had a pretty decent look at the basket as the clock started to wind. Probably a good shot, even though it missed by DiDonato with 5 or 6 seconds to go. He needed to take that shot and get the ball up on the rim so that if he did miss, they could get an offensive rebound. And in this case, Mindbreast got the big rebound off the DiDonato miss. Then he was fouled immediately. 4 seconds to go. St. Clair protecting a 2-point lead. Mindbreast makes the first of his 1-1. Big shot by Steve. That's his 10th point of the second half, leading St. Clair scorers with 20. This could make it a 2-possession game and salted away. Again, don't want to jinx the Panthers, but a 4-point lead. That's 2 possessions, 4 seconds to go. I think you'll see the Panthers put some pressure on the ball as it's being put in bounds. they don't want to play too tight a defense here, because the worst thing you can do is foul Norwin and give Norwin a chance to make some points with the clock stopped. You'll see, if Norwin gets a shot off, you'll see the Panthers walk away from the rebound. Just let Norwin get the rebound, put it back in. There's only so much you can do in 4 seconds. Again, worst case scenario here for St. Clair is to foul him when he's taking a 3-point shot and give him a chance to make 4 on one play. Well, I was wrong. St. Clair is dropping back, but again, some token pressure. McShane allows Jaska to take the shot. It's off the front rim. Again, you're not going to put too much pressure on the defense right there. Again, final score, great effort by St. Clair in overtime, 70-66. 4-point victory for St. Clair. Jason Jasko led the Norwin Knights with 29 points. Mindbreast leads the St. Clair Panthers with, by my count, 21. Made the 2 big free throws there at the end to give St. Clair the 4-point lead. Next home game that we'll be taping will be this Friday, Char Valley. If you can make it, great. If you can, it'll be broadcast next week. This is Hank Chesko with Adam the cameraman saying thank you and good night from Pantherland.